Okay, so this is going to be the first video in my series about my BBM project, which stands for Binary Bitmap. It's an acronym because it was centered around the idea of two-color or monochrome images involving black and white. However, it has evolved into a project involving grayscale and full color images as well, specifically 24-bit color. Now, I have a big code repository. It's getting big. I mean, it's small by other people's standards, but it's quite a bit of code. I have several source files, and it would be impossible to cover them all in just one video, all the files and all the functions and what they do. So I'm making a video tutorial series, and this is a video to remind myself how I've coded this, how it works, to educate a future generation of graphics computer programmers, because graphics programming is my new passion. It is my new passion. Once you take away everything else I have to do in my life, like working my job. I got a new job and I'm excited about that. And I'm going to be working on my programming on weekends. Every weekend I'm going to be working on my programming because there's nothing I would rather be spending my Saturdays doing than working on my programming, even more than Minecraft, because it's getting very fun. I'm able to do some really cool things that I had never thought were possible. And I'm going to be showing some of the things I can do with my graphics programming in this video series, and so I hope it really goes well. But I'm trying to keep each video less than 10 minutes. So let me introduce a little bit about the Binary Bitmap project. Now, it grew out of my Chastity Checkerboard project, because if anybody pays attention, they'll know that I named myself Chastity. That's not my birth name, but that's irrelevant. So anyway, I'm good at doing checkerboards, and I'm going to show how my code writes checkerboards, how it saves it to image files, and even some advanced stuff like the gingham pattern and loading image files. And the possibilities are endless. Once you combine a good understanding of the C programming language and some knowledge about image formats, there are some good image formats. My code reads and writes a few different image formats using only my own code. Nothing I downloaded from anywhere else. The only things that are not my own code are the things in the standard C library. And specifically, my code conforms to the C programming language, the 1989 standard set by ANSI, which I think is the American National Standards Institute. I think that's what ANSI means. If I'm wrong, you can correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. So anyway, the Binary Bitmap project, it is a project about making images of black and white, but of course it can do more than that. However, it gets its name from my plan was to make my own image format, which I have made my own image format. Now, I don't have very many programs that read and write it. I have all the code necessary for reading and writing the binary bitmap file format, and it's going to have a BBM extension. So that's the thing. I have written and loaded my own image format. However, it's still too early at this stage to say for sure whether or not the format will be changed. I think I've got it the way I want, but time will tell. But more importantly, in the meantime, I'm trying to improve my graphics programming skills, and I need to document everything because I've worked for months on this code, and by months I mean working on it once a week maybe. For a few hours, because there's limitations of me working and other life things to get in the way. And once I have my own apartment, I will be able to dedicate more time to computer programming. So I believe this will be my last video for today. But the, how my format works and how it was originally intended to work is that black and white pixels are stored with 1 bit per pixel. So each byte in the computer or in an image file represents 8 pixels. This is the smallest image file format possible unless you start using an advanced image format that has compression, such as PNG or GIF or some of those other good ones. I absolutely detest the JPEG format because it's a lossy compression, and I only approve of lossless compression. I really don't like lossy compression algorithms. I don't like any data being lost, especially not one as sensitive as image files involving you know, black and white pixels. I mean, it's small enough to store them packing 8 pixels into each byte that you don't really need data compression. And that is why black and white images, and as you will see in future videos, I'll get into more into this later, this will take a long time to explain. So it is even possible to have any 2 colors, not just black and white. Like you could have blue and yellow, or any 2 colors you can imagine, and have them as part of an indexed image format. Because as you know, there are true color images files, and there are indexed palette images, such as GIF. GIF or GIF, I don't know, it's GIF. That's how it, anyway, I need to shut up now and keep this video under 10 minutes, but basically I have some links that I'm going to be putting in the description about my image format and precisely why it's going to be such an efficient format. And I've done my research on the portable bitmap format, the X bitmap format, and the Microsoft Windows bitmap format. 3 different image formats that support black and white that my program is capable of outputting. And I started it with checkerboards, black and white checkerboards. That's how it started, and my code will only improve, limited only by the amount of time and effort that I put into it. So I'm going to be working on it more than I'm going to be recording videos, but I'm very excited about this, and I hope that other computer programmers are excited about this as well, because I will be showing you how to write your own image files without the use of SDL, Allegro, SFML, ImageMagick. Although I do use ImageMagick myself to help me convert between formats as I'm learning how they work. But the idea is that it should be able to produce image files without any DLL files, without any external libraries that you have to go on the internet and download. And this is important because this means it could even run in DOS. Some libraries, even the open source ones, do no longer support Microsoft DOS. And I'm such a nerd and I love retro things, I love DOS, so eventually I'm going to make my code compatible with DOS, or at least make a special version of it which is compatible with DOS. And there are memory limitations when you're using Microsoft DOS. You can't be accessing gigabytes of memory very easily. But anyway, enough about that. I'm going to end this video now. I hope you've enjoyed, and of course you can always leave me comments if you have some questions for me about this, and tell me what aspects of graphics programming you are interested in. Thank you. Bye.